There we go. Well, I should actually put on the music anyway, yeah. Then we turn this on. Okie dokie. Y'all can probably see there, but I recently finished making the... Oh, hang on, where'd I go? There I go. I recently finished making the second little episode of my Minecraft series. It's nothing much, I promise. I had fun with it. It's pretty experimental. Just because, like, I don't know what I'm doing. I've been having fun. And sort of, related to that is what I want to draw. I want to make this, like, 600... Maybe just, like, 300 by... Or maybe, 600 by 800. Let's try that. Maybe I want it higher resolution. It's hard to say. Probably won't matter. It probably won't end up being anything that nice. If I double it... Oh, it didn't actually save. That's too bad. There we go. That's a smoother line, methinks. So, it's a little bit strange because I'm sort of technically even just drawing like fan art of myself at that point. But there was just a particular look in the video that I thought was pretty neat. So I'm gonna see if I can do something with it, you know? So of course, I'm gonna want to get the pose figured first. It's a little... I've always been a little bit bad at poses. But I kind of want them to go like this. So the line of action is gonna... I don't know if I'm using that term proper. I want to kind of go like that. Right? And then you'd have a leg there and or something along those lines. Something kind of like this, where this is going to be a tool. So then I have to worry about proportions. Here, I'm going to get my reference up. Oh, I can't drop that pen on the tablet or else I can't move the mouse. Let's see. Bum. It's gonna be called something like Ref Sheet 1. Yeah, there it is. As I suspected. So, what I'm gonna want to do here is sort of lower the opacity there and use this as a bit of a guide. I'm gonna actually want to flip that. Just because that's sort of the way I want it to be going. This is gonna want to be above though. So let's see. Start with a large circle. Then I know I've made these shoulders weird. I'm not good at art. Maybe so if the feet go down there. And it's not going to be perfect by any means. But I will do my best, you know? Let me also double check. Okay, good. Not missing anything on my Discord server. So we're going to want the shoulders to kind of go like this. Wait, hang on. Shoulders need to be a bit more boxed. So I know where the back goes. That is not correct. Hang on. Well, it's almost correct because then this circle would be there. And then the hips would be there. So it's actually not far off. The legs are long. I'm pretty sure that's normal for people. I'm just not good enough at art to really know if it's super correct or like badly correct, you know? I think I'm gonna want to go like that though. Make it a bit longer. Or maybe. Maybe I do something much more difficult and also much more fun. So it's gonna be we're gonna try and block some things out. It's a kind of picture we've probably seen a ton of times before. But we'd have tree. Well, maybe it's best if we get the shade in there first. So basically, it's head, face, looking up at the camera. Then, oh, that's my 10:30 alarm already, goodness. Tonight is just rough. My calculus work is hard. I've probably done very poorly with this. At least number 5 I did properly, I'm sure. Oh, and I got water on it. No. Tragedy. Okay, I'm gonna set these aside so I don't get more water on them. Here. I'm honestly probably going to need a reference for this, but it's a little tricky. It is a little tricky. I need essentially put the box of the torso very close to vertical. Then the legs are tucked underneath. Arms are in lap, except arms kind of go like that, don't they? And then face is just like full forward, you know? Oh, hang on a second. Have I been drawing on the ref sheet this whole time? No, then why is... Oh, I see. That's so cool. I was apparently using control when you have this moves multiple layers at once. Or is that shift that's doing that? I guess holding down either one of those will do that because it's silly. This does need to be a bit bigger, I think. Let me match this up with those shoulders. I think the issue is that it just needs to be longer, you know? Rather than strictly bigger. Because, I mean, bigger and longer are the same thing in this perspective, really. We need to really create that perspective, that depth. That'll make it believable that there is distance. Which is gonna... It's still a little tricky, I'm not gonna lie. See, that's interesting. Then I go like this for the middle circle, and then hips are a bit wider again. The hips are always oriented that kind of way. I think they might go a little bit like this. Alright. This is really an experiment to see if I can even approximate this kind of perspective, you know? Because, oh boy, it's not easy. No, not easy at all. So because it's so very not easy, I think I might give up on it immediately. Let's go back to plan A. We're gonna have a hill. Well, hang on. Shave or I will be, so that line's about there. So I'm just kind of using stick figures at the moment. But these lines should get us to about there, and this. That's that. Then shoulders. Like so. Then the arms are tricky because that arm's just basically... So when you put your arms up behind you to rest, they're at a bit of a weird angle, you know? It's kind of like that. And I might shrink this down a little. It does make the reference a little bit hard to use, but that's fine. I can actually just shrink the reference down if I need. And then with this, kinda, I feel like that's correct, you know? Then the hillside, traditionally, with this sort of thing, is just about there. Like so. And then... bit of a hint of a tree. So there's excuse for some shade. And we'll just sort of draw the edge of the shade here. Like so. Blah. So, then the head obviously goes there, right? Let's take this rough sheet. And let's sort of just like scale it such that, and yeah, I am using it as a cheat sheet to sort of get used to the drawing of anatomy and such. Because, you know, I used a lot of those while making this, so. A little bit more. Wait a second, I don't think I think I might have been forgetting to hold the shift key that makes it stay the right size. Whoops. I'm basically just trying to get the length of the leg correct. I actually don't even need to. Because it's just a 6 heads model, right? I didn't leave that in there, unfortunately. But it should just roughly be 6 heads. In fact, I have that written down somewhere. Is it in this one? I just have a bunch of notebooks for random stuff. I don't even know what this page is. Oh, I see. Yeah. It is not this book, unfortunately, that I had my art notes in. Is this one I had my, It is, what do you know? This is when I had my electrical engineering notes in. I never got anywhere with electrical engineering, but what I wanted to do was make a handheld console. I obviously didn't go anywhere because I don't know anything about it, and YouTube is only so good, you know? But basically we want to say, around here should be the 4th-ish head. Here, we can even save this and say, art 1. And then I'm going to open the... Let me see. There it is. So with this one... Oh, I forgot I was drawing that there. That's nice. I just need this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, indeed. Okay. So, yeah. However big I make the head, the 3rd should be about there. Alright? So basically, the torso should be 2 boxes, which means this distance over 2 roughly there. We'll go with the bigger estimate for how big the head should be. Then that means the head should be about that big when we finish it. Yeah? Yeah. That makes sense to me. We can put the cat ears on it for now, so people know. Then now that we have this little ruler, should be 4, 5, 6 as such. So there's 4, 5, and it's close enough. Doesn't have to be anything exact. But yeah, this is sort of the type of thing I'm going for. It's not the easiest type of thing, but it will be fun. Very good way to de-stress, I think, after What is that line? What is that line? Why is it there? I really don't know. Is it on this one? No. Interesting. Sorry, if I open it up again, it's still there. What is that about? I'm Googling it. It's not this. That's so weird. Oh, whoops. That is really weird. I have no idea what that's about. What is that? I'm very confused about this line. I have no idea what it's for. Don't know why it's there. With your bomby mom. There. Oh, I think yeah. Okay, so apparently that was a guide. Huh. Well, we fixed it. By we, I mean y'all didn't help at all. Well, anyhow, let's get to work on we can hide that for now. So we need to start kind of blocking out the body. I think. Let's see. The tip of the chin should be about there, I think. Okay. Not a bad start. Then let's look at our reference. We've got a bit of a nose. Let's say eyes are like this, perhaps? I'll do the face proper later, of course. Then we've got the hair going all over as usual. You know, how it always is. Choo, 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 choo. Choo, choo. Yep. Obviously needs to be much bigger. More like that, I think. Oh, art is hard. Art is hard. This is actually awful and I hate it. So from here, let's actually start with the rest of the body. Because we know, because I at least know, y'all probably don't yet, because I haven't told you. Whoops. I know that this will be a reclined posture. And that is there. Then this, the hips are like that. Alright. Then those kind of go like that. Kind of goes like this. I think that's a better start. Then feet will be dealt with later. They will just be big old circles for now. Then, speaking of circles, we've got to get in some arms. Hand is also going to be a circle for now. Then, cylinder for the neck. Much better for a start, I will say. It's not perfect because I'm bad at art, but it is a better start. It rhymes, that's how you know it's true. Let's put this back over here. Whew. Oh, I might as well post on Blue Sky. Boolaloo, boolaloo. There we go. Then, as for said head, it is really not the easiest in the world, is it? So we kind of want to have the plane of the face is pretty round. Like so. Then I want to put that same shape. In fact, I might as well even just... Is it all the same? It is all the same. I might as well just take this that I've just sketched out and bring it over here. It might be too small for the one I'm doing here, actually. I'm gonna size it up a little. I'm gonna do a fancy trick. Because Krita has this capability. It's just a little bit hard to get it exactly where I need. So that'll be a little bit more like there. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want us to be able to get this plane under the chin as well, while I'm blocking things out. And then obviously I'm going to connect things up a bit better. Because it's not really a plane. It's kind of like that, but not exactly. You know? See, now what I've done there is I've made them looking too much up. That can kind of be adjusted by angling this a little more like that, maybe? And let's go back. I think my main issue is that this is looking too much up. So we're gonna restart this. I'm gonna scale it up like before. I'm not gonna rotate it a little bit less. I think something a little more like that ought to do us good. Right, because now when I go put in a bit of a jaw, doesn't quite look so strikingly upwards, you know? And then I can sort of round it off. How does this look? It's not like the worst in the world. You know, there's definitely some people who have done worse than that. Part of the issue here, though, is that jaws go more like this, and skulls go more like that. How's this? That's actually worse, believe it or not. That's alright. Because I don't want it to be like, so here, if I try and put that in like there. We already know that the eyes are going to be there and there. The mouth will be there. There's obviously an exact guide and everything for these proportions, but I'm pretty sure I will be alright. You know? Take a gander. That's a good start. Actually a pretty good start. I'm a little surprised with myself, to be honest. Oh, excuse me, I drank some water too quickly. I'm gonna get up and stretch a little, actually. Need to pop my back a little because I've been sitting. Oh boy, sit up a little too quickly there. I actually don't need my animation timeline now. I don't know why that's there. But you know, very nice. Now, one part I always do struggle with is the breasts. They are just a little bit tricky, you know? They are about, whoops, they are about here. And then they, so if I start with a bit of a sphere, and then have them act with gravity, so that would mean pulling it down a little. Right? And obviously it's not going to be perfect. I keep saying this, but it's true. And I can cheat a little bit and that's actually bad, believe it or not. Let's restart. Let's restart. That line there is probably just extra clutter we don't need. So we know that it'll be out from the... So really, we could start with a sort of Laura Croft kind of thing, where we sort of take a bit of a triangular approach. But then we can start, you know, rounding off, I believe. Right. So if we just kind of freestyle it a little bit, which is never a good idea with this kind of thing. But if we try just a little, then I'd get something kind of like this, which isn't right. I wonder if I could just rotate that, make it better. I don't know, if I try and draw the contour lines in there, that might help us see. Whether or not they are, you know, decent. This one needs to go a little bit more like that, I think. Still no. From the top, this time with feeling. So, this is just always such a tricky thing to do. Because if I just start with a teardrop hit, right? I know I literally just said something I'm not doing. If I just copy and paste to start, right? So I have the same... Oh, hi, Gyps Games. Sorry, it's a bit of an awkward thing to walk in on. Art is just really hard, and I've been struggling with these a little bit. That is almost the right placement. Hang on, I'm gonna... Whoops. Whoops. Don't cancel that. I've already forgotten the macro for merging is W. Gotcha. Anyhow, I hope you have a nice time. I'm trying to get these just right. which isn't the easy thing to do. So if I... Does that make any sense? The answer is no. Because it's actually going like this. Well, it's not actually doing that. I lied. Goodness. So we know that there must be an extrusion of some kind, to put it bluntly. Yeah, let's draw the midline. And that should be roughly the center of the chest. Which means... maybe not. Maybe it's... let's get the line tool, actually. Not quite. I think I was actually right the first time. So, when I go to do this... how have I done on my reference? It was a while ago. Okay, I really just hinted at that, huh? I mean, that's obviously not a bad thing to do. It does make my job now a little bit harder. Let's leave those lines, but here I still rest. I actually have the space to work with. Then if I... how's this for a start, at least? That's sort of scratching. Is this old? It's starting to get there, I guess. That's at least a bit better. Right? Probably needs to be a bit... or start a bit closer in. It's probably fine. I think this one's actually just like rotated a bit wrong in terms of and matched up with the other one. My worry is that they're going to look out of place, and I really don't want that, obviously. Oops. So if I sort of obviously smooth it out, that still look alright? Alright, yeah, not like perfect or anything. But you know, I'm still learning, so it'll be okay. Then how we can sort of bring this back up. I'm gonna add a blocking layer actually. Just so I can kind of start. Actually, that's the wrong thing to be blocking. Just because I kind of want to start getting a feel for. Leave that actually. I want to see how it actually is kind of going. It's a little hard to see when there's so many different shapes overlapping each other. I'm gonna try not to get rid of too many different ones though. You know? Because obviously lots of places that are important. And then I guess I will get rid of just around there. It could be a lot worse. Well, it'll get better with iterations. We'll just put those together so that we can work on them a little bit later. The next thing is probably going to be to sort of get an idea of where the ears will be. Oops. Oh, that's right. That's good, I think. Goodness, I'm out of water. Those are going to be better later, obviously. But for now, let's also get a little bit more of this in. Because I think I want a tree root to come through over there. So I like this. And it'll be a little bit dark down there. And it'll go underground there. But then the tree itself comes up to there. These are pretty straight. Not perfectly straight, but pretty straight. Grr. Let me rotate this to where I can better draw that line. There we go. block. And then maybe a little bit more. Tree root coming through. No, that'll be fine, I think. Because then I'm gonna have the tool, the axe. It's kind of hard to do this in a good perspective. That is actually terrible. Good to know. How's that? That's not as bad, at least. Maybe I just, like, adjust this a little, make that of an appropriate length. Still a sketch, so it's fine. Then I suppose it's time for another sketch. Yeah, so it's Control G for the group, so why not? That's weird. Alright, so we'll lower that opacity there. Then let's see. Here, so here it's a little bit more angular, I think. Like that over the knees. And suppose I do need a reference for plate mail, huh? Then because I'm curious about how the legs should look. Yeah, so there is that, if I zoom in. Okay, that did not help. Hooked on like everyone except this one, goodness. An image in new tab. Okay. There we go. So yeah, it's a bit like, whoops, that's the wrong thing to have picked up. So I'll put this back over here. Not you. Goodness. I'll put you over here. Alright. And then I can go I should make this so that I can still see chat, actually. And I guess the best way to do that is by going like that. So now I have this document as a reference, the picture as a reference, which is good. You know? So I'm noticing... Yeah, actually, I don't want this one. I want a different one. I will instead search for plate armor 4 angles reference, which is of course ideal. Then, because right now it's the legs I need. We will copy this image. I guess we do need to save it, huh? Or maybe we can just go like this. Yes. Okay, that does work. Cool. Awesome possum. The whole thing is a long name, goodness. So... what I'm seeing about it is these little plates should be bigger and a bit flatter, I think. I don't need to change the shape on them, really. Actually, I am going to keep them the way I had them because I like that way. It's style. Then... let's see, for this part, it kind of goes... like this. Whoops. And this can go over the legs a little. Then at the side here. So we can put the little belt buckle there. Or so I would hope. And then on the bottom part, it is really just quite simple. And let's try and get the same sort of curve that we have there. There we go. Good. And on this one, we can do basically the same thing. Boom, boom, boom. Do do. Go there, and we can do a little bit of this, and a little bit of this. That's a very good start to my armor, I think. I think. And here they've got some extra details on it. I don't really think I need those. I will think I do that. Or I do think I will do that. Very nice, very nice. Then it's not full armor, is all. Only about to the midsection. So we will, let's see. We'll do sort of like they've got on the floor. Mid part, where it goes like this. Here, that probably requires its own layer, so I'm gonna hold off on it for now. The good news is we've got this so far. You know? And, helmet isn't gonna be quite like that, I don't think. I'm gonna keep it a little bit more Minecrafty, I would think. That's a little tricky. Let me see if I can find a good, medieval helmet. Guess it'd be something more like that, but I don't like it either. Let's just keep thinking on it, probably. We are at an hour. I'm gonna be right back. I really need to refill my water. I'm thirsty. So, I'll see you guys in just a second. I'm back. Okie dokie. Back to the mines of art. So, helmets are hard, because you obviously don't want them to obscure the face too much. But you also need them to, like, look at least somewhat functional. I think I'm gonna... We're gonna try a couple things and see what looks best. Because that might not be too bad if I get it quite right. It severely undermines the armor's integrity to have holes for the ears, but it is how it has to be. That is not fun. I think in this instance, we'll start off by having it just be, you know, complete, but just so that we can, you know, figure out how it has to be. Because clearly we've got ourselves our face here. Alright. Speaking of, we might move this a little. Alright. Then can make that a bit more pointed like on the other side. We'll try and start putting in the hair now. It's not the easiest with this one, because it is, after all, tilted upwards. And of course wearing a helmet. Let's actually maybe start with the eyes. Because the eyes are also a little bit tricky with the helmet. I can really just tell the helmet to make way. However, I do need to make way properly though. Because if they're looking out that way, How's that looking? That could be a lot worse, actually. That's actually exactly how I want that to go. Funny enough. I didn't even decide until just now. Yes, that is indeed how I want that to go. Oh, that's actually... That's not bad. I'm pretty shocked I'm not the best artist. Then that there is probably a part we want to cover up with hair. Then the ears, they are sure tricky. Maybe we, I'm just shocked at how nice this looks right now. And I'm excited to see how it could look in the future. So the ear has to kind of match with that. That's a bit too pointy. But as long as it hits... How's that look? It's not quite there, you know? If I just work on getting this one line, I can kind of see where the other ones would be. But also... Tricky, tricky. Because you know how ears are. But apparently I don't for some reason. Alright. Then what if the ears have a bit of armor as well? And that's why it's okay for them to have the holes, is because there is still some armor. I don't think that's quite right. Hang on. Let me retry it again. Save that. So here's what I'm thinking. The eyes are like this. Therefore, the ears... It's not quite right. Eyes are like that, which means wherever the ears are, they've got to match that sort of line. So how do they, yeah, so they definitely should probably be going to the top of the head. The top of the head is back there. And we make sure those are rounded at the tips. Okay, that's not terrible. Then if I were to go and... Oh, hey Grace. Let me save real quick. I'm gonna have to go grab the weight because I didn't actually get it from last time, so I'll be right back. You're silly for that, by the way. I see, and thank you for taking it easy on me, Grace. I don't think I could do 50 immediately with these. Now, I don't actually know for sure. Okay, yeah, this should be 15 pounds. If I've done my math proper. I know it's this one I want to go to. Bing, 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 bing. Okie dokie. Yeah, that's definitely heavy, oh goodness. Alright. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okie dokie. Definitely glad I didn't have to do 50 of those right away. Let's set that right down there. So, oh whoops, I forgot to switch my lobby. Ha! Back to normal. So, this is what I've been drawing today, if I hide that and put that back. Basically I've been, yeah, I don't know if it's too obvious what it is I'm working on, but basically just a very simple kind of thing. I'm pretty happy with progress so far. Wow. If you get the job you're interviewing for, you'll have access to the actual central system all that data is from. That's awesome! Wouldn't that be a coincidence, huh? Wowie wow. I hope you get it. That'd be super cool. Okay, hang on. The job would actually be writing the books that the information is used in. That's awesome. This layer I feel like needs to be flipped for it to actually work. Or maybe just rotated. So I feel like it should be a little bit more like that, you know? Yeah, there. Awesome. There we go. I'm very hoping that you get, or I hope very much that you get that, yeah. Sounds super cool. Whoops. Have a good stream and I hope tomorrow goes a bit better. Yeah, absolutely. I'm hoping so too, because tomorrow is when I have to turn that in for the calculus class. So if it goes well, that'd be much better than it not going well, methinks. I put at a bit of a point there. So I might as well do the same there. And maybe that goes a little bit lower. Oops. Then Let's see. Actually, okay, yeah. Then just sort of do like that. Then oh boy. I think that is roughly correct. Yeah. There. So then... Whoops. Does kind of look like work overalls, funny enough. I'm still liking how it's going for the most part. Which is a bit surprising. At least for me. Yeah, we can... I can do that in a bit more detail another part of this drawing. Now I can just stay like that. Cool, yeah. And it does kind of go like that. Darn, hang on. I think I oughta... Actually, I think for this... Doesn't actually pay that much attention to that. Oh, that would be erased. Interesting. Okie dokie. Then... go like this. Oh, looks like we ran out of time on our music. There we go. Put it right back on. Hey now, don't be moving around, Krita. That's not your job. Okie dokie. Then here, I actually need to use myself as a reference here. Okay. As I suspected. Hang on. I want to put down a little bit closer to there. So this one actually probably would go a little bit like that. That looks weird though. Then we probably want to have it go and follow even more to it instead of less. Yeah. I'm liking how this is turning out so far. You know? It's not too bad. It really could be a lot worse. Now let's see about at least getting the startings of a hand. How's that kind of look? Could be better, could be better. Not bad. Okay, but then if I try to sort of carve this up, you aren't gonna kill me, are you? That's nice. look at this. Let's see. These are going to be a little tricky, because you see, I've done this reference poorly, but that is sort of how it goes. I should really do this on a new layer. Just in case. So it kind of goes... So let's start with a rectangle. Start kind of blocking it off. In fact, probably a rectangular prism, in fact, will serve me best to figure out exactly how this is gonna have to go. Can be curved because we like dynamic shapes out here. Might even need to be higher. Yeah, that's not bad. Can I go like this though? There maybe? And this one can rotate the other way. Put it there maybe? That's the ears. There we go. So those are kind of where the feet are gonna be. Oh, it's midnight already. Boo. I feel like I'm just getting started, really. But unfortunately, I do kind of need to end here. Because it is very hard to do calculus when you are tired. So, we're gonna call it there, unfortunately. This is going nicely, though. Look at this. That could be a lot worse, couldn't it? Wowee. I'm proud of myself here. In fact, I'm gonna take a screenshot and post that on Blue Sky when I'm finished here. Let's see if we have anyone who we can raid into. Boom, boom, boo. There's lots of people online, of course. Ah, there's Doll. Always like going into Doll. So we can go there. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did too. It was very nice to do after all that calculus work. But I did prove that the average value of 1 over x squared in a certain interval is 1 over AB. Well, I mean, it's root of AB. Doesn't matter, doesn't matter. I'm getting distracted. Goodbye.